You're going to have to cut all this out.
You call those spear fingers? These are spear fingers. It's hard to do in the tiny screen frame.
I know.
Welcome to Don't Quit Your Day Job, where three friends run their mouths on the internet. Let's get started. Hey guys! Welcome back!
T.
How's everyone doing today?
It is March 17th when we're recording this, and you're wearing a hot cocoa sweatshirt. It's 75 degrees outside.
I am wearing a hot cocoa sweatshirt. But it ain't 75 degrees up in this house, so a hot cocoa sweatshirt's going to stay on. It's hot cocoa weather in this house. Although I have ice water.
It is really nice that it is 75 degrees outside. It is fabulous.
It is so great.
And I'm going to wear it tonight to the ball field. Because I got to go to the ball field and it's going to get cold tonight.
It will get colder. So. I will give you that. Now, when you're wearing a sweatshirt to the ball field in June, I'm judging you.
Don't underestimate me. Don't underestimate me, doll. I'll do it.
I don't know if that's underestimating you. That's just calling you out.
You would have a heat stroke.
She did it. She did it multiple times, Steph.
Was nothing on under it so you could take it off?
No.
Nothing on under it.
Let the internet know that Christina is an idiot. And she's trying to die of heat stroke like our grandfather. It'd be great.
Like, we're in Arkansas, guys. In June, it's hot. In July, it's hot. In September, it's hot. And Christina's out in the sun in a sweatshirt. And then I go, why are you wearing a sweatshirt? And she goes, I was cold. How on earth are you cold?
I was cold. So kids are at the eye doctor's. No glasses for Buster. He's very excited. Even a bigger prescription for Peanut. So
I'm going on Thursday because I'm getting blind in my old age.
I guess I will have to go at some point, but Jonathan just got my lenses changed because I guess our insurance covers one more set of lenses, and so I'm like, I don't need to go to the eye doctor. I can see out of them. Usually the only reason why I go to get new glasses is because I've scratched up my current lenses so bad that I can't see out of them, because I'm terrible about putting them on my shirt and forgetting, and then like they get the seat belts just doing this going across them, or you know, like last year they were on my shirt and I like bent over and they fell off my shirt, and then I closed my trunk on them. You know,
oh my God.
Just those things. I don't actually need them to see, and that's the problem, because I can see just fine. I just get crazy headaches because of my stigmatism when I'm like on the computer and stuff. And so that's why I wear them. And then I have bifocals. Okay, my eye doctor, he was like, I could give you reading glasses, or I can give you glasses with a bifocal, and then you don't have to take them off. And I was like, I'll just take the reading glasses. And he's like, here's why you want the bifocal. And I was like,
here's
Bell,
your
why didn't
options.
you just say,
Option A was not really an option.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, thanks, Dr. Bell.
I do not need the bifocals yet, but I can't see without my glasses, so they will always be on my face because I can't see anymore without them. I went too many years trying to fight it.
We're all lucky that all three of us are still alive. Christina can't see crap, and 15 years ago, Christina couldn't see crap. And she would drive without her glasses. And then she'd be like, what's that sign over there? As we're at like a stop sign or something, she'd be like, what's that over there? And it's like across the street, so it's not that far. And it is a giant McDonald's sign or something. She'd be like, oh, I can't read that. I'd be like, how do you see oncoming traffic?
Listen, you want to talk about blind faith? When we were in college, I can't remember, like, Christina would just be like, tell me when I can go, when we were turning out of a Yale Street without like a light or anything. She'd just be like, tell me when I can go. And I'd be like, go. And she, in her defense, she would go. But I'm like, oh my God. Like, I don't have that. I love y'all.
What do
I
you-
don't have that faith in you.
What do y'all want from
Apparently you
me? I
did,
didn't
'cause
want to wear the glasses.
you kept getting in the car with her. So
Well, I keep getting in the
That's
car with her, but I'm not trusting her to just be like, yeah, go right now. Like,
Oh,
no,
no.
I gotta assess the situation.
I can't assess it if I can't see the situation, so the situation stays unassessed.
And when you go, hey, just tell me how to get there so I don't have to put it in the GPS. And she's like, okay. 5 minutes later, she's like, oh, we should have turned 7 miles back that way. I'm sorry. I was on Facebook.
Yes.
Girl.
No, she's
So
real
we
bad
don't do
about
that
that.
anymore either. We learned.
Yep.
We learned from that one.
Yeah,
And
She
I'm
says, I can tell you how to get there. And that's okay. I'm still going to put it in my GPS.
You two may be named Lewis. That don't make me Clark, okay? I'm over here living my life. My name's not Sacagawea. I'm not traipsing through. If one day
Listen.
phones becomes obsolete, I'll cross that bridge when I find it, because it'll take me a minute to get there. But I don't know what you want from me, people.
Listen, you're better at getting
like,
anywhere
I'm-
without GPS than I am. I've been here 2 years and I grew up an hour away and I'm still like, how do I get to the other side of town? GPS. Like Christina's like, no, I got this. And I'm like, I don't, but I will blindly trust this device and blindly trust GPS until it's like, turn right. And right is a field, but it's gotten a little better since the Tom days of college.
True. If I think about this all the time because I am terrible with directions. Like I can remember where I need to go once I go there, but like if you're telling me north, east, south, are we here, and I'm like, you know what? I started pointing this way, and then I know I took a turn, and then I think I'm pointing back the same direction, but I guess I could actually be pointing this way. So like, I have a lot of skills, but if we're in an apocalypse situation, do not rely on me to get you anywhere.
Anywho, so I have a Monday morning meeting with my coworkers, and our supervisor is on PTO right now. And so we just go around and we're like, hey, how was your weekend? Whatever. And one of the guys, he's around our age. I'm not sure exactly how old he is, but he said that he and his family like had corned beef and cabbage. It's St. Patrick's Day when we're recording this, everyone. So he went to his family's house and they had corned beef and cabbage and they watched like some terrible old movies. And one I didn't know, but the other one was the Disney Channel original movie, The Luck of the Irish. And I was like, oh, you don't remember how bad those were until you go back and try to rewatch them as an adult. Like, no.
That
Oh my
brings back
gosh.
that bring back our psych roots, because in that show is Detective Lassiter. He plays the leprechaun.
He does!
Trying to get. Yep. And for that reason, The Luck of the Irish will always have my heart, because it's got Detective Lassiter in it. And so we watch it quite frequently. And it is a terrible movie.
About the main kid, the main actor who was in that movie, and I was like, you know, I remember him being in a ton of those Disney Channel original movies. Couldn't tell you his name to save my life, but I
Me neither.
don't
Ryan
know that he's.
something.
I don't know if he was in anything other than that. Was he? Like he was in like I remember he was in that. Was he in Smart House? I think he was
I
the
want to
kid.
think
say
so.
yes.
I was
If
thinking.
it's not the same kid, it's a cut and paste version of
Yes.
that kid. So
We need another white kid.
they did that a
Copy
lot
paste.
in the early 2000s. Like almost all of the children looked exactly the same.
He was in that
Speaking
weird
of
mermaid
smart-
movie where he was a swimmer and he turned into a mermaid. He was in that one, I think.
Yeah.
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 Speaking of Smart House, C'est La Vie, that Bewitched,
Oh,
they
yeah.
did a reunion on one of the late night shows. They like came out and did a reunion of C'est La Vie recently, and I saw it and was like, man, we're getting old. And I remember that being on her wall, and she's like jumping on the bed, C'est La Vie.
Yeah.
So But no, I think that is him. And I think his name is Ryan something. I'm almost positive it's Ryan something. And he was in a like Hallmark style movie called Elevator Girl with Lacey Chabert that I loved back in the day.
I love Lacey
But that's
Chabert.
where you think you'd find him now. That's where you think you'd find him now is like on the Hallmark channel, but he's not like on Hallmark or one of those Lifetime original movies, something like that. But
I don't watch Lifetime. He could be on
I
the
would know he's not there. He's not. I would know, and he's not.
We all watch a lot of Hallmark. At least I know I do because of Tina, though. But Tina is obsessed. Like, she'll do Christmas in July. She does Christmas at Thanksgiving. She does Christmas on Labor Day. She does Christmas and whatever the Hallmark will give her, she's there.
Yep.
And see, I am very much like, I love Christmas, but to me, Christmas is more special when it's Christmas time. So, like, I'll maybe give you November, but like, Christmas in July? No, we're not doing that. Like, no.
You know me. I am in love with the season I am not currently in. So in the middle of July, I am wishing for Christmas lights. In Christmas light time, I'm wishing for the middle of July. It's a real wackadoodle land that I live in. I'm not going to lie.
It is.
It is a part of who I am. I love Christmas time.
Well, I'm
So what has
very
been
happy
happening?
that it's not Christmas time right now and it's springy.
Oh, I'm loving the weather right now. I'm loving the spring weather and I'm loving all of the springiness, and I can't wait for like pastels and all of that to start popping up. So I'm with you. I really am enjoying this season. Trying to enjoy the season that I reside in right now because it's about to be Christina's second favorite time of year, which is market season. I love
That's
a
true.
farmer's market.
It is.
An artisanal cheese I've never turned down. An artisanal thing of bread I have never
I was gonna
turned
say,
down.
she knows every bread vendor in this area. It's just like, you got some jalapeno
And
cheese bread? I'll take
candle
it. You got this? I'll
Yep.
take it. Florists, like
Yep.
local flower
Homemade car
farmers.
scent.
Yep.
Homemade car scents, candles.
I
And
love that lady. I can't remember. We'll have to get her info and put it on here in our socials because she's
Oh,
great.
it's Scents
Ooh,
by
yeah.
Whitney. She is great.
by
Scents by
Whitney.
Whitney.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's hilarious.
She's amazing.
she's so
Yeah,
fun.
she's
Yeah.
really funny.
We can all get behind a farmer's market, and it's really lucky that Northwest Arkansas, I feel like, has the best ones. I haven't been all over Arkansas, but like Northwest Arkansas kick butt at those farmers markets.
Also, ours are on Saturday. As we learned this summer, that is not always the case for like other towns. Like
Yeah.
when we
Yeah,
were in
don't they
Memphis,
do them, like,
those markets
Thursdays?
were on Thursdays, which is so weird to me.
So strange.
So they're on a good day too. They're on a good day.
Like, don't people work?
It is
How do
weird.
you go to the farmers market? Because I work through the week, like, and it's still
Yeah.
during the day. It's still like,
Yeah,
8 a.m.
close at,
to
like, 2.
noon or 2. Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
no, but we do love a market, and Stephanie loves
We
a
do.
liquid death.
Not
Not
an ad.
sponsored.
Not
But I love
sponsored.
it.
She paid for with her own money.
No, I'm just terribly dehydrated. So
So, what have you been up to this week, Steph?
well, I have a fundraising event for our junior class. It's called Macho Volleyball. So not everywhere in Arkansas do we have a male volleyball team. It's mostly a female sport here. What we do is the junior class, to like help fundraise for like prom and stuff, is in the fall we'll do powder puff football, which is a female football team of all the like freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and seniors. And then like the football guys, they'll be coaches or cheerleaders, whichever one they decide to be. And so we have a whole game, like we have a scrimmage during the fall, and then in the spring we do macho volleyball, and so then it's flipped, and so our guys play volleyball from all our different classes, and then our volleyball players, they're the coaches. But I've been scrambling with that. I just sublimated a bunch of t-shirts for it, like 100 and something t-shirts today. So my brain is a little rotten from just printing and pressing. And then this last weekend, our little brother got in a car accident, and so Friday I ended up taking off work and going to Little Rock. He ended up having surgery because he popped his hip out of joint and knocked off part of the ball, and so they had to go in and attach the piece he broke and shove it back in there. But he's doing great. He is walking. They discharged him today.
So we crafted all day with Mom and like several of the siblings. And that was a lot of fun. And then we had family dinner after that. So that was a lot of people. Jonathan cooked an entire feast. It was so delicious. It was so yummy. So
we had our play this weekend and it went off amazing.
Good.
I think it went off really good. We had a lot of good feedback from students. So
Good.
Good.
That's always fun
I'm
when you
so
feel
glad.
it's like accomplishment, you know?
And it was The Little Mermaid, right?
it was The Little Mermaid. It was like a 2-hour, 2.5 hour,
That's not a short
2.5
play.
hour show.
That's pretty
And it's a
ambitious.
musical too. It's not just a play. It's a musical. They sang all the songs.
Good. I'm so glad. Well, speaking of musical performances, we can get into our segment of Yeet It or Keep It this week. So how this works for people who don't know, it's kind of like smash or pass. If you want to keep it, we keep it. If you yeet it, we yeet it. So the first one is that it's been officially announced as of today that Conan O'Brien will be back to host the Oscars in 2026. He tweeted and said that he wants to be able to be there when Adam Brody finishes his speech. That's what he's coming back for.
Oh, I love Conan. That
I
tall
love
ginger.
Conan too. Biggest broadcast in 5 years. Huge bump between 19.7 million viewers and a huge bump between the 18 to 49-year-olds on tablets and on phone screens and on
I wonder why. I
computers.
really feel like that might be because of Conan.
He did great. And you know, I think he is kind of reaching a different crowd with his podcast now. What is it? Conan Needs a Friend. So I think a different,
friend.
I think there's a different generation or a different group of people who are becoming familiar with him. And so I think that, I mean, it's a definite keep for me. I love it. But he's just, I mean, he really killed it at the Oscars.
Yeah, it's a keep for me if Hulu figures it out because they promised that it would stream on regular Hulu and then only live people could get it. And
Yeah.
then, so like the Oscars in general are a keep for me if ABC really does figure out how to
Make it available.
make it available via
I think I missed the first
Hulu.
30 minutes because it didn't say Hulu Live. It just said Hulu. So I was like, oh, well, I got Hulu. No problem. I don't have Hulu Live.
We're claiming it was going to be on regular Hulu. So and they did all the red carpet stuff on regular Hulu and then it wouldn't stream on regular Hulu correctly. So as long as they get that figured out, then I do think that that it's a keep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all three of us are keeping?
Keeping.
Keeping Conan.
Okay. So the next Keep It or Yeet It's for Netflix. And Netflix has just announced, and it started last Wednesday, running for 12 episodes, that John Mulaney is going to have a live talk show on Netflix, Live with John Mulaney, every week at 10 p.m., 7 Central. They're trying to capture that like TV audience of going live. What do we think of this? Like they did it with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight. They did it with
Which they again
Christmas.
had streaming issues
football.
with. Different company, but they had streaming issues with that.
Christmas football with Beyonce, and now they're doing a late night talk show with, I don't know how late California would consider it since it airs at 7 p.m. for them, so I don't know how late they would consider it, but a late night show with John Mulaney. What do we think? Are we keeping or yeeting these streamers trying to become, I feel like TV again, like they're they're trying to become TV, going live again with live. What do we
The
think?
appeal to streaming to me, quite frankly, is like I'm a binge watcher. I want to sit down and be able to watch it. And so, like, I mean, I'm getting a little more used to it again because, like I said in one of our other episodes, I'm watching Reacher again, and that drops weekly on
Yeah.
Prime. But, like, I don't want that to be the regular thing. I want to be able to binge watch it. That's why I like streaming. And, you know, when we first got into streaming, it was like, oh, well, I can cancel TV because I can just pay. I mean, at the time, wasn't it like $7 a month for Netflix? Like, gone are those
Yeah.
days. But, like, streaming's becoming so expensive. You have to have, everybody's got their own platform, so you've got to subscribe to multiple things to be able to watch everything. And I mean, like, if you can't binge it, like if it's not all out, I'm like, what am I paying for? Why am I here? So I'm kind of a Yeet It on this one, I think.
You're Yeet It? What about you,
Yeah.
Steffi?
I think I'm also a yeet, but not for 100% the same reason as Julia.
Okay.
I don't mind them being like events, like live events, like something special, but like a daily one or a weekly one, I don't know. I don't find that appealing because I'm not in that habit of being on a TV schedule like I used to be back in the day when, you know, if you wanted to watch the new episode of Buffy come on TV, you had to be in your living room on the channel at this time when it started, or you were going to miss it. And you would
Yeah.
be lucky if you got a rerun in 6-7 months, you know? So for me, like, I don't know. And like, even if they leave the recording on there, that's one thing, but yeah.
Which they are. My understanding
Yeah.
is that they are leaving it on.
Yeah, it's just at that point it's not really the same thing though, because you're not on there live, so you're just watching him interact with all these other people. I don't know. It's weird for me.
Yeah.
Well, I do love John Mulaney. I'm a Yeet It for the weekly aspect of it. Like, if you're not going to go
Yeah.
full in to a full, like, nightly 12, like, run of
Almost like a
sitcom,
radio show.
yeah, I'm
That
like,
is-
why once a week? Like, once a week is it's not a nighttime show. Like, Conan's on every night. If I want to watch, I'm going to figure out a way to watch Conan nightly. And so for me, it's a Yeet because it's once a week. Like, I got to remember on Wednesdays and only on Wednesdays that he's going to be on at 10 p.m. 7 Central.
I feel like we're pretty
So-
similar. It's that whole schedule thing. Like, that's just not for me.
Yeah.
Anymore.
So
And that's a
I
good
don't
point,
like
Christina.
that.
I hadn't thought of that, but it's like a late night show that happens once a week. That feels weird. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not like.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's not SNL. Like it's. Yeah, that's a strange choice.
yes. So our third keeper Yeet, so we all yeeted that one, is going to take us back to 2018. Back in the time machine to 2018 when we met a fresh-faced young Henry Golding. I don't know if that's the first thing that he was in, but it's the first thing I saw him in. So we're talking Crazy Rich
and
Asians.
handsome.
And they have now officially announced that John Chu's on board, as is Lim. They're coming into executive produce because for a while they were out. They're back in. So they're coming back with a TV series this time. Now, it has not been announced if they're going to start from the beginning. They're going to recast all of them and redo Crazy Rich Asians and keep going, or if the cast is going to return and they're just going to turn it into a TV show. But they are now on board for a Crazy Rich Asians TV show. What do we think? Do we keep it? Do we eat it?
I'm going to keep it just because I love that whole series. Like the book series and the movie was amazing. Well done. I think the TV show will be well done. kind of like not sure how they're gonna go about it is the only reservation I have for it. Like what you said, like I wouldn't mind if they'd either have to fully recast if they start from the beginning, or they're going to have to figure something out, because all those characters, like Aquafina, I love her so much.
I don't think you
And I
can
don't want
beat
to
her.
go away.
Like,
No.
No.
No. She's literally the best part of that whole movie. Henry Golding's second.
I
and
do
we love Henry Golding.
And I love Henry Golding. I'm a keep if the original cast comes back, they start it from right after and they go. There's a couple problems with that. I said the phrase 2018, which was a long time ago. So characters or people
And
have aged
age-wise.
to immediately jump back in. And so I think I'm out. I'm more like a smooch, but not a Mary on whether or not I would watch the whole series if it's a complete recast and they start over. I love representation. It was the first like all Asian led cast since the 1930s. So like it's super important, I think, for representation. But are you going to get Aquafina to sign on for 6 years? Are you going to get Henry Golding to sign on for 6 years? Like, for a TV show, you know what I mean? Like, are you going to get these people to do that? I don't know. And so it's almost like they're going to have to recast and start all over. And for that, I'm like hesitant, could quickly yeet, because I was promised a Crazy Rich Asians 2 with Henry Golding and Henry Shroom.
I think I'm a Yeet It on this one. I think it's very rare that you can move seamlessly from movie to TV show. I think sometimes you can do TV show to like movie because you've built that audience and like it's like a loyal following. Like I think like Veronica Mars, I think Psych, things like that. Like now those aren't like big screen releases by any means, but I think it's hard to go the opposite direction because you're, especially when it's one movie. It's not like the Marvel universe where they started doing spin-off shows on those characters that already had like a very loyal audience. Now, I didn't read the books, so maybe if I read the books, I would feel differently. But I think as I stand right now, having just watched the movie, which I did love the movie, but I think if they brought back the entire original cast, maybe. But overall, I'm a Yeet It on this one.
Yeah. So I think it could be unique, which leads us into our next one, which we go all the way in the time machine back to 2003 for. We're all the way in 2003. And we were watching a movie called Holes with Shia LaBeouf. Disney is now has taken a pilot. They're going to start a pilot for a gender swapped Holes. It will be Holes, but from a girl perspective in a girl detention center, digging up holes. What do we think about this? Gender swapped Holes. I don't know what you guys feel about Holes. Holes has a special place in my heart.
Weird statement to say.
Hoyle means hole digger in Old English. So.
Has a special place in my heart. It's the first place that I saw Dule Hill because weirdly,
well, that's too dang bad.
That's too dang bad. I saw Dule Hill for the first time on that show because weirdly in the 90s I wasn't watching West Wing like a 35-year-old like I am now and would have been. So I saw Dule Hill from Psych the first time on that show. Loved him. I loved Shia LaBeouf. I was all those DCOM Disney movies and all his TV shows. He has had some problems now.
I feel like Shia LaBeouf always had some problems. I've never liked Shia LaBeouf as a young actor. As he got older, the choices he could make for himself about his roles way better, and then he lost the plot pretty severely, and now he's a complication to society.
So what do we think about it? A gender swapped.
I loved the movie Holes. I thought it was a good movie. I feel complicated about it because I know they're trying to like just do everything that's like IP, like intellectual property, like, but I'm so sick of everything being a remake or a sequel or a prequel or whatever. Like, that's fine sometimes, but like, can we get some new content too? Like, I just kind of am, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm like, I'm so sick of the same things just being remade. We used to get new movies, and I know it's partly because of streaming, because like things don't stick around in theaters long enough and they don't get a huge theatrical like release and audience. But like, take a swing. I would rather you take a swing and miss, honestly, than just continue to watch the same movies over and over again. So I think it's an interesting concept, but I think just on principle, I'm gonna eat it.
Yeet it. Stephanie, we keeping or yeeting?
I think I'm also gonna eat it. Just because I don't feel like Holes is old enough to require a remake, even if it's a gender swap. Because, like, even young kids now have seen Holes, love Holes, watch it all the time. It's not one of those movies from like when we were younger, like Matilda. Not many kids in this generation have seen Matilda and just love it. But Holes is not the case for that, and that's like maybe that's why they're banking on it or whatever, but I just feel like it's too close together personally to be effective. Like, I wouldn't spend money on it to see it because I've seen the original, and I just doesn't seem necessary or not the correct time, I should say, for me.
So I'm also a yeet it. I'm a yeet it for a little bit of a different reason. I usually prefer TV because you can do more with TV. It goes on longer. But that was perfect for a movie. I do not want to watch 10 episodes of a kid digging holes. Like, that's 2 hours is good, but I'm real sick of this grandpa in episode 10. Like, it's not something like we gonna stretch out. And as far as like gender swapped, I love girls getting more like roles and having roles for women and having diversity. Like I talked about Crazy Rich Asians, I love the diversity, so for that I'm gonna keep it. But this one, I think you can write, I'm with Julia, I think you can write a different series for girls based on girls. Because it's like, what if the detention center has a man in it, and then you're leaning into that trope? It gets kind of icky, and it all like it could go south very, very quickly, and it's not. So for that, I'm a yeet it. I'm a yeet it, and I'm not going to watch it. I'm probably not going to push my kids to watch it. We'll watch Holes on Disney Plus, which is where this TV show is going to be anyway, is Disney Plus. Okay, so these two are not movies in theater. They're the last two, and they're not movies related at all. One's music related and one is just regular. So a guy started a cornhole tournament that is in 20 cities, and it is for singles to meet up, sign up for cornhole. It's like speed dating, add cornhole. It's sold out across all 20 cities. It's been sold completely out. So what do we think? Cornhole speed dating, are we going to keep it or yeet it?
Can we also make a like Bumble friend like version of this cornhole? Because I feel like that would be really fun. Because I don't need a speed dating, but I would love to go to an event where you could just meet people as you're playing freaking cornhole. I love cornhole. I'm not great at it, but I love cornhole. I would keep it. I think that's fun.
I think that's fun too. I keep it. So before I met Jack, I started. There's a group here in Northwest Arkansas, and they started doing like live events for live meetups for singles. Not necessarily just like dating, and not necessarily like speed dating type things, but just like, hey, if you're interested in this, come on out. We're gonna have like a movie night at this outdoor like bar and grill thing. Like, come on down. And like, I am sometimes painfully shy and introverted, especially when I go by myself. And my two best friends were already married, so I couldn't drag them along with me. So I went to a couple of events. It was very hard for me, but I love the idea of it because online dating sucks. Like, I'm sure we have some listeners who have gone on terrible dates. Like, I've got so many horror stories from when I did online dating, and I'm just like, no, it's just, but this, like, it's safe, it's coordinated, it's a group setting. Like, I'm all for it. I totally keep that.
So I'm also a keep because of all the other things they could do, like bowling. You could do table tennis, pickleball, like so many other things could be done. And I hadn't even thought of the friendship idea. I love the friend idea of like
Yeah, I think that would be so
Bumble
cute.
friends, cornhole, keep it or you.
You don't quit your day job will eventually branch out into a friend meetup situation.
Yeah,
would
that'd
be
be
really fun.
fun. That'd be super fun.
Do y'all remember when we were at UCA and like the Bears Den had just opened and I went on a date with this guy and we were at the Bears Den. It was full.
I know what story this is.
Yeah.
I know what story this is.
It was full. Again, I will say
know this one.
I am an introvert and painfully shy, but I will also speak my mind in a situation like this. So this guy, he's sitting across the table from me. This is like a pizzeria bar right across from a college. So we are in here. It's packed full of people. We're sitting at a table. He's asking me, oh, what kind of music do you like? I'm like, okay. Oh, and at the time, and I still do love Michael Bublé. If I'm in the mood for like big band, whatever. But I had seen him in concert recently, so I was like, oh, I like Michael Bublé, and I was like listing some other people. This man says, if you like Michael Bublé, you'll love my voice. He proceeds to prop his elbows on the table, lock his fingers together, prop his chins, not one to fat shame, but prop his chins on his hands, and like sing opera at me
God.
across the table in this restaurant packed with college kids where I went to college. I was like, I need you to stop. He did not stop. I said, if you do not stop, I'm going to get up and I'm going to walk away right now. He did not stop. I got up and I walked away and I walked back across the street and back to my dorm and I never talked to him again.
My God, that's mortifying. I would
My
die.
God, I was so embarrassed. I was like, what is happening? Stop. It was so bad.
Also, Michael Bublé's not opera.
He's not opera. I don't know where but this guy really thought he was something. He thought he was going to just blow me away, and he did blow me away, but he blew me right out the door.
Yeet that! I'm also yeeting that.
I wanted to sing opera so bad when I was little. And you remember, I can't even remember her name, but you remember that teenager that got real famous in the early 2000s?
No, because we weren't all into opera.
It wasn't even because I was into opera. I just liked it, and I don't know.
The only
I
opera
feel
I remember
comfortable
is
with that,
Susan
like,
Boyle, and I don't think that's who you're talking
It's
about.
not Susan Boyle.
Well, weirdly, this all coincides with our last story. This kid, he's a junior at Tennessee State University, studying finance. His name is David Yenway. He loved Tiny Desk Concert, and he's a trained pianist. He trained himself, and he loves Tiny Desk Concert. He turned his dorm room into Tiny Dorm Room Concert and began to have concerts inside of his dorm room. Then, so him, a guitar, a piano. Then it got bigger. He got brass and bands. They started going into campus classrooms. Then they have backup singers now. And he's got millions of views on TikTok. It's called Tiny Dorm Room. What do we think? Keep or yeet this kid's ingenious idea to turn his dorm room into a concert venue?
Hands down, keep it. I love it. I love Tiny Desk Concert. I love the creativity. Just go for it, dude. Like, this is awesome. I think that's so fun. I think it's fun that he's bringing other people in. Yes, absolutely. Keep it.
I'm keep it as long as the concert's over by 10. or I'm yeeting this guy out of Concertville.
This is also true because I'm also like 90 years old and I do like my sleep. So, but I do love the idea. I think it's really funny and just great.
Well, he's like applied to be on Tiny Desk Concert. So we'll see if you guys see him pop up on Tiny Desk. Stephanie, keep or yeet?
As long as it's at the dorm, go for it. Just don't be next door to me, you know?
So Stephanie would like it to be at a different dorm that she has to travel to see the concert.
Like the dorm,
Yes.
the dorm building next door. It doesn't have to be that far away, but like, you can't be on my hall. You can't be right here.
I don't want a bunch of drunk people in my hallway. Okay. But if I go, then I'm prepared, and I'm prepared to be rowdy. Okay.
Rowdy. And it does seem like rowdy music. And then now it's in classrooms. I just think it's upgraded and
That's
it's so
so
cool.
cute.
And I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it, Tennessee State University. And I'm going to keep that Tennessee State University's chancellor president didn't shut this down so fast. So I'm going to keep that too. I think even the school was real cool about it. I'm going to keep it.
Yeah.
That leads us into Rec Room. So it's welcome to the Rec Room.
The Rec Room.
Rec Room.
I feel like
Someday
I need to
we'll have
record
music.
some weird little ditty to put right there. Welcome to the rec room.
Rec Room. So who wants to go first tonight? Who wants to wreck first tonight?
I'll rec first.
Wreck it away.
My rec is not someone who is super new to the music scene. He has 2.1 million followers on TikTok and 351,000 followers on Instagram. But he has a new album that just dropped on March 6th. So we're on March 17th today. His new album is called For Amanda, and this artist is Nick D. I love him. He's an independent artist out of Virginia. His music it's like fun, but it's also just like beautiful, and his lyrics, like in his like love songs, like you can tell they are dedicated to his wife, who I would assume is Amanda. I don't know for sure, but yeah, the new song is called I'll Set the Table, the one that I think he's been promoting the most. It's so beautiful. And people have been talking about like, oh, I'm changing the song I'm walking down the aisle to because it's that pretty. But some of my favorites of his that
Genre.
he's just kind of independent. I don't know exactly what I would call him.
I would call him like poppy.
Like alternative pop, folk. Yeah. And he does a little bit of
Depending on
rap
the song.
sometimes. He does a lot of collabs with Connor Price. I like Connor Price too. But some of my favorite of his songs are Pineapple, Serotonin, Icy Pop, and then, like I said, this new one is again a different tone. It's the more romantic tone, but I'll Set the Table. But I love him. So if you don't know him, check him out. NIC, the capital letter D, and I think all of his social media handles are I am Nick D. What'd you say, Steph?
Nice. You said N-I-C, I said K-E-Y. Sorry.
I love Nick D as well, so I'm going to co-sign on that rec. And Steph, what are you wrecking this week? I have my own rec, but I'm co-signing that rec.
Nice. I am going to recommend the Good Omens full cast production audiobook. It is so good. If you haven't watched the TV show on Prime, but you still love you some Michael Sheen and David Tennant, you get both of them in this audiobook.
Very
As the
nice.
characters they play in the show, and it is so good. It is a crazy good production. You get a really funny little forward. Someone say that
Forward?
word. Thank you.
Forward.
Thank you. I can't say it with the R's. Okay. From Neil Gaiman, and it is just so good. Really recommend it.
And can you get that? Is that the only option, or do you have to like specifically search for that?
You have to look for the full cast production, because they have the regular one, which is also a good audiobook. It's just not as entertaining. And
That's perfect. So mine is also it's a book, kind of like Stephanie's, and it's already super kind of well known, kind of like Julia's. It's not new to the scene. It was actually a Goodreads Choice nominee. It didn't win for 2024 romance, but my book is The Love of My Afterlife by Christy Greenwood. So The Love of My Afterlife. It is about a girl who dies, and she meets the love of her life in the waiting room of death, like in the waiting room in purgatory, but finds out quickly that he was not supposed to be there. So it was an accident that he was there, and they send him back. So she makes a deal to go back as well for a set amount of time to find the love of her life. And so it's a London-based, Christy Greenwood is a UK author, so it's a UK-based book, and I absolutely love that. I hear the audiobook is phenomenal. I did not listen to the audiobook. It's 4.08 on Goodreads. I totally co-sign that. It's a 5-star book for me, but 4 stars I think is totally relevant. Anyway, she has to go back and she has to get people to help her to find the love of her life as she's like traipsing all over London trying to find this guy, and all of the shenanigans that happen along the way. And it's just such a cute book, and such a cute idea. Like she dies in the first
really
couple
cute.
pages. It's
Yeah, that
super
sounds
cute.
fun.
Recommend
I love it. I'll have to read it.
So, The Love of My Afterlife. You guys can borrow it from me, and you can buy it wherever fine books are sold, as they say.
Fine books. It makes me think of Hank's Fine Furniture.
You can tell we're from Northwest Arkansas right now.
So now that we've done the rec room, we've all wrecked, it's time for our game, which is being led by Julia.
Me. I've got some fun in store for us today, my loves. We're going to do some Mad Libs, so I hope you're ready. Get your vocabulary out. All right, so first I'm going to tell you what words we need, so you guys can deliberate. I'll tell you what we need. You guys can deliberate and choose. Christina, you can write it in the chat and keep track of it. All right, so for our first Mad Lib, we're going to do 2 of these, but they're short, so bear with us. Stephanie, tell me the name of a classic movie or TV show.
Jesus Christ Superstar.
Okay. Christina, give me an adjective.
Blue.
Okay. Stephanie, give me a job.
Personal shopper.
Christina, give me a verb.
Jump.
All right. And Stephanie, give me a ridiculous event.
If you don't have one, I have one.
Bigfoot Festival.
I love it. All right.
Oh, that one's good. That one's good.
Your first Mad Lib is Hollywood has officially run out of ideas. They just announced a reboot of the classic Jesus Christ Superstar, but this time it's about a blue personal shopper who must jump before the Bigfoot Festival happens.
Oh,
Speaking of IP, this is how you get movies.
A blue personal shopper.
Blue personal shopper.
A blue personal shopper. I don't know if they're sad or they've got a health condition. Who knows,
Hallmark, take it away. Like TM,
we give you
trademark.
permission, but can I have some writer credit on that?
Yes.
All right, our second and final Mad Lib for the day. Tina, are we going to start off with you this time?
Yes.
Okay, give me a fictional movie title.
Love 10 Feet Away.
Okay. Stephanie, give me an amount of time.
3 seconds.
3 seconds. Christina, give me a verb ending in ing.
Running.
Okay. Stephanie, give me an animal or an object.
Axolotl.
Oh, and Christina, give me an adjective.
Round.
Oh, Lord. To prepare for a role in Love 10 Feet Away, an actor went full method and spent 3 seconds running with an oxalotl. Insiders say the experience was round, but totally worth it.
I want to see that 3 seconds of axolotl running. I need it.
Oh,
That's
love
funny.
10 feet away. I love it. Hallmark, once again, TM, trademark, but get on it. So that's it for tonight. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, and connect with us on our social medias at Don't Quit Your Day Job Pod. We'd love to hear your thoughts on what you're currently reading, watching, or listening to. Until next time, keep it fun, keep it cozy, and don't quit your day job unless you really want to.